wanted to get a gift card system going. Number two, we were doing the payroll system, the time clock, by hand. People were coming in and signing out manually. We wanted a way to do that, and we got all that from going in POS system. Dealt with other people, tried to deal with them, and we got their pricing. Obviously, when you're in a business, pricing is a big issue. Everyone had a good system, and everyone had sort of the same advantages that we were looking for, except that IBS was more in our price range, and a lot of the places were offering what we wanted plus more, and they wouldn't take away that more, and so we'd have to pay for extras that we really didn't need. Would explain to us how to use it, how to get more out of it, and they even came to show us how to use it. We went to the office, which is another advantage. Their office is close by. So we were over at their office. They came here and showed us how to use it. We were doing the payroll system by hand. It was taking me forever to do the payroll. We have almost 85 employees. And so I would take the times that they wrote down on cards, index cards, add them up every 2 weeks, and check their math, by the way. And at this point, I was getting so sick of doing the payroll. I was really, really happy that the POS system would help me. We could do the time automatically. I've had my totals. I've even checked them myself to make sure the totals are correct. And after a while, I'm taking the totals, and it's cut my time on payroll at least into just a third of the time now. I'm happy as could be. So that was a big advantage that I didn't know that I was getting when I bought the POS system. The credit cards thing is the main issue, because I mentioned before the time we were spending back and forth on credit cards, going to the separate credit card machine rather than having it right at the window now. It's wonderful. When we started about 4 years ago, I believe it was, with POS system, and we didn't have this at the register, we had around 80, maybe 90 credit cards. Today, just yesterday, we had 280, and it was a slow day. On weekends, now we're up to 500, 600, 700 credit card entries. And if we had to leave the register all those times, our lines would be even twice as long. So now I think we're very quick at what we're doing. It's a big advantage. I just can't imagine not having them anymore. The time it took us to do our credit card system is probably a fifth of the time now than I used to take. And I'd say if I was still using the old system, I wouldn't know what to do, because I may even stop taking credit cards. That's how bad it was getting. So today, I'd say we're going to use 500 or 600 credit cards. If I had to leave the system, leave the POS register all the time, it wouldn't be good. So the advantage is I'm spending a fifth of the time probably that I would be if I just had a regular electronic register. You know, we were looking at gift cards, and this system offered it, and they all offered it except for one thing. IBS and the company, Toshiba, has a relationship with Mercury Payments. We can do the gift cards and check balances for free. They don't charge us. Every other system that we looked at had charges for the gift cards. What an advantage. The gift cards have grown probably 20-fold than what I was using before, because it's so easy to swipe the card and hand it out. And it's easy to check a balance on the credit card. I was never able to do that. Before we were doing it manually, and I could add and subtract what they've used, and we kept a running total on the back of a paper credit card, gift certificate. And we can give a balance, but it would take, depending on who's doing it, it'd take us a minute or two just to get a balance. Now we swipe it, it's in 2 seconds. That's a big advantage. I can't say what percentage, but it's a wonderful thing. They come over whenever I need them. They don't say, well, we're too busy. When I need them, they're here. And I could see it not happening with companies I didn't deal with. In a family business, I do this all the time. I deal with people that care about working with you closely. And if you want to call them on a weekend, you certainly are welcome to, and that's what I like about it. It's hard for me to rate companies or suppliers. I rate IBS probably a 9 or 10, and I say 9 and I say 8 because I don't think anyone's perfect. If you asked me to rate my custard, I wouldn't rate it a 10, because you can't tell someone how good something is, because everyone has different opinions. With IBS, for me though, I think it's a 9 or 10. They know what they're doing. They have good people, knowledgeable, and if I have any issues with something that's not perfect, they'll fix it. And so the 9 fits me. I think that if I said 10, I don't believe anything's 10. I can just hug someone over there who gave it to us, is the payroll system, the time clock. I can buy a time clock, a separate time clock, but it costs a lot more. To have it in your registers, for them to swipe it when they come in and swipe when they go out. I have the totals at the end of the month or at the end of the 2 weeks. It's amazing. It saves me so much time. I have time to have fun now. I would say if you own just a regular cash register and you're a small business, the first thing you're going to be concerned about is how much it costs to change from that register, which you can buy for $700, $800, $1,200. And that's all you have to spend for a regular register. You're going to spend a little more for the POS system, the point of sale system, but it's going to be worth it, and I've found that out. The extra money that you spend, you're going to be putting cables in, you're going to have a computer, which everyone has anyway, but initially you're going to spend a little more money, but it's going to pay off in the end. We've had these registers now for a long time, and I would never go back to a regular register. Believe me, I know what it means to spend the money, but it's like advertising. You have to advertise to do well. It pays off.